Well, I could go a couple different ways on this. What I've been thinking about lately. Maybe there'll be two videos. I'm not sure. Um, the first one, when the Dalai Lama was very young, he was just a young boy, maybe 19 or less, and he came to America. And this was like way before spirituality had really hit. It was like in the early 60s. And there was some people that were practicing spirituality, not very many, handful of guys. So the Dalai Lama said, "Hey, what do you think the problem or the block is in spirituality in America?" And they all looked at each other and they said, "Self-esteem." He says, "What?" "Self-esteem." And he said, "I've never heard of that." So he had them explain to him what self-esteem really was. He had never run across anything like that. And so I was thinking, that's always been kind of a underlying thing is we come here as love. I mean, our soul is 100% love. And we have to learn to love ourselves. But where we go, we usually, at least for me, I went outside in the mirror. You start off with your parents and your family and, your wife and, and you get your self-esteem. And then if they pull that away, you don't have any self-esteem because they control how you feel. And wow. So then when I started talking to my soul, I realized that first I was talking to my soul and honoring him as God because that's a part of us that really is God. And as I got to know him and I started sharing some things, I'd say, so I was kind of like, all right, he says he loves me unconditionally, 100%, infinitely, all the time. I'll put him to the test. So I gave him a couple things. I gave him a thing that, well, how do you love me when I do this? You know, how do you rectify that? And immediately showed me a picture, and I remember being there. It was like I was reenacting it, and my original intention was love. And I thought, man, that's amazing. And then I realized that my soul was involved in my fucking Cheerios, man. They're like, give me a picture. It's the next one. I mean, it's not Cheerios. I don't even like Cheerios, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. I said, you're involved with this little thing? And he goes, I'm involved in everything. And so I thought, you got God. Anytime you have an experience with the source and you want a figure that you can talk to, he hand walks you to your soul because that is God. It has no beginning and no end. So the Elohim made our bodies, and the Palladian says, those are shit bodies. And so they made us look like them. And they did they did this with the Nordics too. The Nordics look like them too. So I don't know how I got off on that. Oh, you must get your self-esteem from your soul. No one is ever going to love you as much as your soul. Your soul came in complete. Your soul came in whole. Your soul came in needing nothing. Your soul is God. And you just have to understand when you first start talking about it, then you realize, my God, of course he loves me. It's me. My soul is me. And when that hits you, you really, literally, anything you do, your soul doesn't want you to do this rule and that rule. Your soul has one rule. don't hurt yourself or other people. But I need the experiences. Go out, do something like a stick, push, have some experiences, travel or something, but have some experiences and don't judge it. Don't judge it. There is no judge waiting for you on the other side. You are your own judge. And so you might as well get all that shit out of you now, because judgment and unconditional love are not compatible. You're either a judge and you want to see people hang, fucking get a life. Or you have unconditional love and you see layers and layers and you treat every soul as the God of their own universe, which they are. So they're God. And here they, so here, you just realize, maybe you don't understand it, but there's layers. There has to be layers of compassion that see that the true desire really was love. Unless you're just blatantly going to choose evil, that's another story. You got another place. But I'm talking to mainly the people that are choosing to love, and they don't realize they are love. And it's at the core of everything we do. And it may not look that way, but the only one that really knows you and understands you is your soul. And you got to start talking to them. That's where you get your self-esteem. You know you're loved no matter what. You don't get self-esteem from outside of you. That's germ theory. You can't get sick from outside, and you can't get healthy from outside. You can't get any energy from outside. Everything comes from inside, within. Everything. So that's